Yo, what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're covering a character that I think has gone under the radar slightly, and that is Delta. Now, Delta is someone who split the community directly down the middle. You either loved seeing her going toe to toe with Naruto, or you absolutely despised her because you felt she was some sort of plot device in order to make Naruto seem weaker. Either way, I think she's been forgotten slightly, and I think she's actually quite underappreciated, and a very big piece of potential intel has just completely gone over our heads. And that is how to actually defeat Delta once and for all. Now, I understand that a lot of you watching may just reply to me and say, well, Harrison, we saw Naruto win. We know how to beat her.
Are you dumb?
And well, what I've got to say to you is that you have to remember that Naruto's solution to beating Delta was nothing other than just a temporary fix. You've got to remember that we saw Delta transfer her consciousness using that little triangular drone she has to take over different Delta bodies. Now, at first, people, like myself, saw this and purely just thought, yo! That is really damn cool, pretty interesting, and that's basically as far as we went with it. However, it's actually revealing a potential truck ton of information about her character. So then, as I've set it up, the question at hand is, how do you beat Delta? Well, what if I told you that the most vital thing you could possibly do in order to beat her is by actually destroying this tiny little drone right here? Now, some of you may think that's odd. However, what if I told you that that drone was the real Delta? So, I plan at some point making another theory video that sort of goes hand in hand with this one, covering more of the backstory, or potential backstory I should say, of Delta and why she's actually in this state as a tiny little triangular droid. However, all you need to know for now is that I firmly believe this is the case for whatever reason. Now, these bodies that we see Delta using for combat and all of these other things, they are nothing more than just puppets or shells, something that the drone inhabits and uses. Now, I'm going to be making two comparisons right now, one of which I'm sure a lot of you won't quite catch on to. However, the other one, I'm 99% sure that you will all see coming. So then, this drone. So if any of you at all are familiar at all with the Call of Duty Zombies storyline, then you may know of a character called Dr. Ludwig Maxis. And when Maxis was on the verge of turning into a zombie and dying, the Maxis drone was created. Essentially, the main cast transported his brain, I believe, into a jar and made it into a drone. He then lives his life on for a considerable amount of time as this drone. So I'm starting to think that Delta's drone may operate in a similar sort of way. Maybe something happened to her, she now inhabits and lives in this drone, and that's how she connects to all of the different Delta bodies we see. And I think the way that she connects to them is a little bit similar to my second comparison, which is going to be Nagato and the 6 Paths of Pain. So you've got Delta's main drone, which is her and controls all the other bodies, kind of like a main hub, a lot like how Nagato did. And then you've got the Delta bodies that we see or presume that Amado creates for her, and they're essentially acting as the puppets, the 6 Paths of Pain for her to control. And the similarities don't even stop there. They also share a linked vision, a lot like how the Rinnegan did. Her eye pattern as well is also slightly reminiscent of the Rinnegan. Not necessarily saying that that's proof with the Rinnegan, but I'm just saying it's a little observation I made, and it might be a little callback to how she's inspired of the 6 Paths of Pain. So when you put all of this information together, what it says to me is that if you want to actually take out Delta and beat her and kill her, then essentially what you have to do is, as simple as it sounds, is to defeat her, the drone, not the Delta bodies, because as we found out with Naruto, that is just a temporary fix. However, if you take out the drone, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is your permanent fix to the Delta problem. Like I said, I plan to have another video, another theory video coming out at some point soon, fingers crossed, regarding the potential backstory of Delta and how everything actually built up to her living, having her consciousness inside a drone. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed anyway. Subscribe if you're not ready to become a member of the Senpai Squad. And let me know in the comment section down below whether you can see something like this happening in the story, whether it's just going to be fact or just my own little fiction. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I'll be seeing you guys in another video, but until then, peace.